This is a little bonus section I recorded for you because this episode is late and I'm falling behind schedule working double shifts, elderly care, and now on sick leave. I call it When the Snake Doesn't Shed, the Storm Comes, also known as What You Don't Release by Will Gets Taken by Force. I want to place this moment inside a bigger context because this didn't happen randomly. We're moving out of the snake year, the year of shedding, the year of seeing clearly, the year of letting skins fall away. And here's the truth no one romanticizes. If you don't shed by choice, the universe will rip the skin off for you. I said that once, half joking, half knowing. What you don't release by will be forced by the universe. And I didn't realize how literal that was about to become. When the body says enough before the mind is ready, I didn't stop because I chose rest. I stopped because my body shut me down. Overworked, underpaid, on call constantly, carrying everyone else, and then stomach flu. Going home, hugging my own toilet in peace was not part of my healing aesthetic, but it was real. And maybe that forced stillness wasn't punishment. Maybe it was protection. Because when the body stops you, it's often because something needs to be seen without distraction. The crack in the illusion? I wasn't searching for answers. I wasn't digging. I was just sick, home, quiet. I opened Facebook like a normal human being, and there it was, a familiar face, a timestamp, a detail that made my nervous system go cold. And suddenly, everything I had been holding, the promises, the vows, the rules, the moral weight, collapsed under one very boring, very brutal truth. Behavior, not intuition, not fear, not imagination, just reality. When spiritual language is used to control, this part broke my heart because I didn't enter this lightly. I was told, if you talk to anyone else, I disappear. If you want anyone else, we divorce. I chose you. I'm not speaking to anyone else. And meanwhile, the math was not mathing. And that realization hurt more than betrayal. Because it wasn't just dishonesty, it was double standards wrapped in morality. And I need to say this out loud. Love that demands purity from you while excusing itself is not love. When self-blame tries to hijack the healing, my first thought wasn't anger. It was shame. I'm so stupid. And then something in me stood up, not loudly, but firmly. Because no, I wasn't stupid. I was tired. I was sincere. I was living my healing journey in real time, not performing it. And if you're listening to this thinking, does this mean I failed my healing? Please hear me. Healing doesn't mean you never get hurt again. It means you recognize the truth faster and you don't abandon yourself when it hurts. This is where the snake sheds. And this is where the horse arrives. The energy of movement. The energy of truth. The energy that does not negotiate with lies. And for me, the unicorn. The version of me that will not shrink, will not stay silent, will not carry double standards disguised as love. I don't need revenge. I don't need explanations. I don't need closure conversations. I need alignment. And if the universe had to send a tornado to rip away what didn't belong, then I will trust that too. I'm sharing this not because I'm perfect, but because I'm real. I'm not here to sell you a healed version of myself. I'm here to walk this with you. Messy, honest, awake. If your present doesn't match your potential, sometimes it's because something false is being removed. Not gently, but mercifully. This didn't break my healing journey. It proved it was real. Am I afraid of being judged? Yes. Do I worry someone will call me a fraud? Yes. But if being human disqualifies me, then I was never meant to be followed, only felt. Okay, here's the fucking truth. I tried to be honest and got lied to. I need to stop dancing around this. I need to stop softening it. I need to stop being evolved about something that hurt like hell. So here it is, messy, human, unfiltered. I was lied to, not confused, not misunderstood, not different perspectives, lied to. And that's the part I can't romanticize anymore. Let me say it plainly. If you're going to meet other women, why the fuck are you asking me to commit? If you're going to comment on women's photos, introduce yourself as single, and flirt publicly, why are you telling me you'll disappear if I talk to anyone else? If you're going to live like you're available, why are you wrapping me in vows, rules, and moral pressure? That's not love. That's not confusion. That's control mixed with entitlement. And this is the part that breaks my heart the most. I didn't enter this casually. I didn't treat it like a game. I didn't keep my options open just in case. I took the words seriously. I took the promises seriously. I took the commitment seriously, while he was apparently keeping one foot in the door and one foot scrolling. And yes, that hurts deeply. Because I didn't just lose a person, I lost the reality I thought I was standing on. People love to say, "Why didn't you see it?" Because I trusted, because I assumed honesty, because when someone looks you in the eye, even through a screen, and says, "I chose you, I'm not talking to anyone else," you either believe them or you don't enter the relationship at all. And I chose to believe. That does not make me stupid. It makes me sincere. And let's talk about the double standard for a second, I was told. If you talk to someone else, I'm gone. If you want someone else, we divorce. Loyalty is everything. Purity matters. Honesty matters. Apparently, only when it applied to me. That kind of hypocrisy messes with your head. It makes you question your intuition. It makes you blame yourself. It makes you think, maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I expected too much. Maybe this is normal. It's not. This is the moment I need to be brutally honest. I'm angry. I'm hurt. I'm disappointed. And I'm grieving the version of this that I believed in. And I'm also embarrassed. Not because I did something wrong, but because I opened my heart honestly in a situation that wasn't honest. That's a specific kind of pain. It's not dramatic. It's quiet. It hits you in the stomach. It makes you feel sick, which, yeah, tracks. And if you're listening and thinking, wow, is she okay? I am, but I'm not pretending. This is what it looks like when healing meets reality. This is what it looks like when you outgrow a situation while you're still inside it. This is what it looks like when self-respect kicks in after the shock. Here's the line I'm drawing. For myself, and maybe for you too, I will never again accept moral rules that don't apply both ways. Commitment without transparency. Love that requires me to doubt my sanity. Intimacy built on secrecy. Loyalty demanded through fear. If you want freedom, take it. If you want options, own them. If you want honesty, practice it. But don't ask someone to give you their heart while you keep yours available. And no, this does not mean my healing was fake. If anything, this proves it was real. Old me would have explained, justified, minimized, stayed quiet, blamed herself. This version of me, she sees, she names, she stops, even when it hurts, even when it's embarrassing, even when it ruins the fantasy. So if you're wondering, do I worry someone will say, she talks about healing, but look at her life? Of course. But here's the thing. Healing doesn't mean you only share wins. It means you don't lie about losses. And I refuse to lie to you, or myself, just to look put together. This is me. Unfiltered, not perfect. Not enlightened, not above heartbreak. Just honest. Just awake. Just done accepting bullshit disguised as love. And if that makes me too much, then I was never meant to be swallowed quietly. The energy that does not negotiate with lies. And for me, the unicorn. The version of me that will not shrink, will not stay silent, will not carry double standards disguised as love. I don't need revenge. I don't need explanations. I don't need closure conversations. I need alignment. And if the universe had to send a tornado to rip away what didn't belong, then I will trust that too. I'm sharing this not because I'm perfect, but because I'm real. I'm not here to sell you a healed version of myself. I'm here to walk this with you. Messy, honest, awake. If your present doesn't match your potential, sometimes it's because something false is being removed. Not gently, but mercifully. This didn't break my healing journey. It proved it was real. Yes,